'cause I got myself. That's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Didi Under Budget. I'm Didi. I'm a 27-year-old South African cash stuffer. On this channel, we do budgeting, sinking funds, savings challenges when we have the extra cash to do so, and we also do some debt tracking. On this video, we're going to be tracking our debt from last year to the end of the first quarter for the year of 2024, and we're also going to be tracking our sinking funds. If you want to know what we've been up to with our finances, how far we are, and what the plan is going forward, stay tuned. So we are going to be doing our debt tracking for this year. I don't know if I should start with the good news, the bad news, where we should get started with, but I think, you know what, let's start this on a good note. Let's start with our sinking funds for this year. The last time I did a video like this was at the end of the third quarter for the year of 2023, and after that my phone got messed up and everything like that. So I think what I should start off with doing is giving you an update from then, right? So we were at 0 for our Zim trip because we didn't end up going. Our personal savings were at 5,000 rands at the end of the year. So I did give my mom like 1,500. I did also give my sister around 800 from that, but I did replenish it. However, the entire amount is going to go towards fixing my phone. Fixing my phone is around 1,500 rands. Then January had 1,100 at the end of the third quarter. I put in 1,500 rand at the end of December, and we had 2,500 to spend for groceries in January. So that's depleted. December had 1,300 rand at the end of the third quarter, 1,900 rand in by the end of December, but also I added 1,100 rand for my bonus, so that gave us around 3,000 rands. And obviously that's spent. I took my family to Sun City, and my mom helped me out. She paid for the petrol, and then I bought food, and I also got us tickets into Sun City. My partner's B-day was at 2,700 rand at the end of the third quarter. We did add some more money to it, and it was around 4,000 rands, but it was all spent, of course, because his birthday was in November. Beauty had 1,560, and I got it to 1,700 rand, and I bought a wig on AliExpress. I'll try and see if I can't post any pictures and stuff like that. I did post videos of the wig and stuff. I mean, I did take videos of the wig and stuff like that, but obviously that footage didn't make it. So yeah, so basically all of this is basically finished. The only surviving amount was this 5,000, but I'm going to use it to fix my phone. So we are starting our savings from scratch. Right, so we're going to start off with our sinking funds, right? At the beginning of the year, right, let's say rather at the end of 2023, I did challenges where I put money away into my jar, and I also did 10 rands and 20 rands. The 10 rands and 20 rands came to about 400, well 380 really, and then I added 20 rand to make it 400, and then I started my sinking fund. So my sinking funds were started in the end of the year last year, December. How I split that 400 rand was I put 150 into January, into Christmas, 50 rand into sister 1, and 50 rand into sister 2. So when we began these were our beginning balances, right? So basically we started out with 400 rand. Yeah, so basically we started out with 400 rand in January, right? So now let us open up our trusted binder and let us start Cool. So there's some money that needs to go to the bank, and I think, I don't know if I should start off by doing that, taking out some money that needs to go to the bank. Okay, let's do this. I made some trackers. I'll put that aside. In terms of transport, I need to take this to the bank because I used money from my credit card for transport. So from transport, we took out 150 to go back into my credit card, and then we're going to be putting these silvers in here. So we've got nothing right now in transport, and we're like midway through the month, so that's not a problem. Then January. So let's start off with January. January started off with 150, and it's ending now with 1, 2, 3, 4, 450, 550, 600 rand. So 600 rand for January. When we get to 1,000 rands, we will put in a placeholder and take the money to our bank where it will make us some interest, right? Valentine's Day started off, so 400, actually, let me do this. And then Valentine's Day started off with nothing, and Valentine's Day now has 200 rand. We're building this one slowly because it will only be spent next year. So yeah, Easter is currently it started at nothing, and we currently have 200, 400, 600, 7, 8. We had 850 the last time, but I'll be honest, I bought myself some wings with the 50 rand. I was actually on my way to go and pay it, and then what happened? And then the queues were too long, and I had also not decided on the dates that I was gonna go and do this whole thing. So I ended up just buying myself wings and coming back home. So that's what happened. I did book my bus to go home, and it cost me 620. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out 632 if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to take out 600 from here, and we don't want the money to burn, right? So we're basically left with 200 rand in here. And at the end of April, I'm going to add 1,200 here. So I will have 1,400 rand to spend when I go home. I believe that's what else. So I'm going to say plus, I don't know if I should say plus 850, because that's basically the amount that we have at the end of March. All right. The difference will be reflected. The difference will be reflected in the following. I don't know if I should. Okay. Let me just say this. Let me just say 200 because that's what we are left with. And then $200. Right. Christmas started out with 150, and Christmas, just like January, ended up with 600 rand. We've been putting the same amount into Christmas as we have into January. I'm so sorry that you guys have to be subjected to my handwriting. It is what it is. So we have 600 rand in Christmas. Sister one started off with 50 rands. right? And now sister one now has 200 rand. Oh my goodness. Sister two should also have the same amount because they've been basically getting the same amount this whole time. But if you guys remember, I did tell you that I did save some money in here, which were coins, and I was exchanging them slowly. It only makes sense to me to add them to sister twos because I'm basically done exchanging the money. I am left with some coins, but we can do without that. So from the coin jar, we've got, I think I'm just gonna add it now, right? So from the coin jar, we have 120, 40, 60, 80, 180. 180. So sister 2 now has 100, 200, 250, 300, and 20, 40, 60, 80, 318. So I'm just briefly going to explain what I just did. It's just so that I don't lose anybody. At the end of the year, I had saved 10 rands, 20 rands, and coins. 10 rands and 20 rands went into my January, December, or Christmas, and it also went into sister one and sister two. However, I had promised my little sister two, she's like turning 13 this year, that I would give her my coins, right? Because I showed her that I was saving some coins, and I promised her that I would give her whatever I made from my coins. The amount that I made from my coins was around 194, and I was able to exchange 180 into notes. And so I was just adding that in here. And the reason why I'm adding it now is because my flatmate is in the kitchen and she is talking on the phone. So I don't want to pause this video because it's taken me long enough to do it. So that's basically why I added it in here, because it basically was all part of the first term. So we said in here we have 380 plus 230 gives us our 380. Cool. And then church is the last, well, from this binder, and church has 300 rands. And then from our savings binder, we have personal savings. From our personal savings, we have 200, 300, 350 rands. Okay, so in emergency fund, we have 1, 2, and 300 rand. So now we're going to total up our movements and our ending balance and see what we're left with, because that was the last binder for our savings challenge binder. This binder here, we're not going to be counting anything in it right now. We'll count it at the end of the year. The total movement for the first quarter was 2,630. And our ending balance is our ending balance is 3,130. Right, and let's see if it does make sense. Minus 400. Wait a minute. Okay, so I got my mistake here. It was supposed to be 330 instead of 230. Guys, I'm a little distracted because I'm not alone at home, and I'm hoping that you guys, it doesn't come through in the video. But yes, so that's gonna make it, our movements were 2,730 plus the 400 where we began gives us 3,130. Yay. That means now we can get into our date tracking. So I hope you guys got all of that. It was a little noisy, so I decided, you know what, just stop recording for a while and for like everything to settle down before I finished up or wrapped up this segment of the update. I think I do want to quickly see if I cannot exchange some money in here.
Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Been gone for a year, only go like once. Life moves fast when you do what you want. At this time, doing what I want. Hope you doing what you want. What you want.
But that's all we can condense for now. Okay, cool. So now it's time for us to get into the more juicy stuff. My debt update. For those who are new here, my debt update started basically I started at 101,093 63 cents, 93 rand 63 cents, and my total debt comprised of my credit card, tuition, clothing account. And you guys will go back to my my first debt video and my second debt video to see what had happened. So the last time we were together, we ended it off, I think we ended it off around October, and I stopped tracking my spending really and my progress. So let's get into it. In October, when we stopped, my credit card was in 21,200. My fees were at 56,000, and I didn't owe anything on my clothing account. And then from November, I paid 1,000 rands for my tuition, and my tuition has been 55,790, and I haven't paid anything towards it since. All right, so and I'll explain all of that. My credit card, I paid it off to 19,000 at the end of the year. As you can see, my interest was around 300 rand. My interest kept on decreasing, and I paid 3,000, leaving me with 16,727. And then I used my credit card in January. This is my interest, 280. I used 1,724 rands. I paid 3,000 that month, and I got down to 15,735. And literally at the end of January, this whole entire year, this is the lowest my credit card has been because I have been spending out of my credit card. All right. Now coming to my clothing account. So November I bought a watch for my boyfriend from Bash. It was an Armani watch for his birthday, and I did have a sinking fund for it, but I used the sinking fund for other things such as I bought him a cake, I bought non-alcoholic champagne on the day of his birthday. I just don't have the footage, of course, for obvious reasons. And I got him balloons, lunch. I took him out for dinner, and then I also got him a watch. So that came to more than 4,000. The cash that I used to take him to dinner and to buy all of those things, and I was left with 950, which I paid immediately. And then our total debt was then 3,102. I then got service fees of 26 rands. Every single time I have a balance on there, I get service fees of 26 rands. I paid 1,500 rand at the end of December, and I noticed that because I had a bonus, I could have just knocked this one out of the park, but I didn't, right? And I was left with 1,628 rands at the end of the and as my beginning balance for this year. However, I have been using my Fushini card, and I'll explain why in a second. I just want to get through this. I got service fees of 26 rands, and I purchased bags and a laptop bag and a couple of bags for 2,000 rands. I paid 800 rand at the end of January, and I was left with a balance of 2,854. Right. And then I didn't print anything, so we'll have to use this. So this is what my beginning balances were for February and for credit card and for clothing account. Then let's focus on my credit card. I had an interest of 252 rand 60 cents. I used 1.583 rand 60 cents for my credit card, and I only paid the minimum payment of 479 rands because the rest of the amount I took it to pay to save up for my phone. You probably have seen with my February budget. And then the balance was 17,000, and it was 17,000 because I used more than I paid, right? And then my interest was 245. Usage was 5,243. I used a lot of money here in March because I don't have a vehicle, right? And so I'm working now in Parktown, and I don't even know how to describe this, but I'm working further from where I stay than I usually do. There are no taxis to where I stay, so I was relying on using transport with like people that I was traveling with. And it was so difficult traveling with these people, and I don't know, I just think, sometimes it's just difficult to rely on other people who have their transportation. You feel like a burden, and you also feel like you are inconveniencing them. So I ended up just using the train, and then towards the end of the month, my boyfriend then gave me his car to use. So I used more money for transport than I had initially budgeted for. On top of that was somebody's birthday, and I spent another 1,000 rands on that. And then so my total usage of my credit card, this was just expenses that I had not budgeted for, came to 5,243 rands 10 cents. This is the most I have used in my credit card in a very long time, and I think it set me back a lot, but it is what it is. And then my total payment was 6,060, which got me to a total of 16,520 at the end of March. Then for my clothing account, after I bought bags in February, in March or in January, in February, what I did was I bought pots. These pots were 3,500 rand on the Bash app from at home, but I got them on sale for 2,274 because I didn't have any pots. I needed pots, and I wanted to just get good quality pots, right? I paid 1,000 rand, and we were down to 4,100. I also used it. I bought myself some, let me show you. I got myself, these. I have another one, but I don't know where it is right now. So I got two of them and they were like 150 each, so it was like 300 rand. Then I got myself some perfume and body spray from Fashini. It was 510 rands in total. I paid 2,000 rands at the end of March and we are now at 2,636. Let's total up my debt and we'll talk after and you will see that we have got more debt now than we did when we were last year, and that is because of my credit card usage, which I'm trying to monitor as much as I can right now, and also my clothing account. And I can tell you right now that my clothing account is not going to go down anytime soon because I'm going home and I'm going to buy my baby sister clothes because she needs clothes, and I'm just not going to be like a deadbeat sister. If I can do it, I'll do it, right? And I mean, maybe deadbeat sister is the wrong word, but that is what it would feel like, because yeah, I can't watch the little girl not have any clothes and everything like that, knowing very well that I can do something about it and not do anything about it at all. So that will be that. And the reason why I have been using up my Fushini card and my credit card and all of that is because I've literally had zero motivation to pay off my debt. Yes, I've been paying big amounts, but I've had no motivation to use as little of my credit card as I can, because last year when I started off on this journey, I was so hard on myself. I hardly ever spent money on myself and doing things that I like to do, and I punished myself a lot if I actually did do something that I liked to do. And this year I was tired of it. I was tired of not having things. I was tired of not buying myself things, for goodness sake, because I work, and I just wanted to I gave myself the first 6 months of the year to just do things that I wanted to do. I did go a little overboard, especially in the month of March, but it was just, some of it was out of my control, really. The transport situation was really terrible, and I didn't plan enough for the transport situation because I was also working during weekends, so I didn't budget for going to the office on weekends as well, and that cost me around 250 each weekend, and that happened for like 3 or 4 weekends. Like, there's just a lot that was going on in the month of March, which I am trying my best to correct right now that we're in the month of April, right? And also because I'm gearing closer towards the halfway mark, right? So end of June, I should be done with my clothing account and hopefully almost done with my credit card. That will depend on what my next move is regarding this 55,000 rands. I don't know, because I don't think I want to pursue that career path anymore. We'll talk about my career and whatever in another video, but I don't think I want to pursue what I was doing last year. And I don't know if I should just pay this entire 55,790 or just write it off and just deal with the credit card and the clothing account. I am considering a career pivot, and I'm considering it like heavily. So yeah, I don't know. When we talk again at the end of June, I would have had a clearer picture basically of what I'm going to do with my finances and with my career as a whole. I am in the end of my contract, and I just felt like, at the end of my contract, I don't have anything to show for it. Not only do I not have savings for it, I just have a whole lot of debt, and I don't have parts. I don't have anything that is mine, that is my own, that I can say I bought with this. I just got a lot of debt for nothing, and so I was just spending. I was spending recklessly, and it is what it is, really. At this point, I'm not even mad at it. I've got to do better. But I won't lie, I still have zero motivation to track my spending and make sure I'm spending less. I don't have any motivation to do that, and it's unfortunate because it sets me back, because I'll pay 6,000 rand and use 5,000 rand. It's kind of like counterproductive, but I don't know, man. I am in a very weird space in terms of my finances. All I know is that I'm trying to do as well as I possibly can in terms of my sinking funds as savings, but I'm tired of paying off debt. I think we can end it there. Let's do a net worth calculation, right? I don't know if I should include my pension fund in my net worth calculation. I don't know if it will help. Because that is money that is due to me. But with the new two-pot system and stuff, I don't know if I should even bother with that. However, let's start with my assets. In terms of my assets, I have cash of 1,000 or 3,100. Let's do that. And then I also have furniture, but not a lot. Just your fridges and beds, tables and stuff like that. I don't know the market value thereof, so I'm just going to skip it and keep my assets and my liabilities strictly cash, right? If I add my pension fund, I don't know if I should do that. Well, let's just do it for now. I've got about 8,800 in there. So my total assets in cash would be 3,130 plus 8.8. Ooh. So my total assets would be 11,930. And the calculation of my net asset is a new thing that I'm doing. I didn't do it before, but I think, it just gives us a holistic approach to my finances, my liabilities. In my liabilities, I don't know if I should add this 55,000 or not, because I don't plan on paying it anytime soon, so let me just do 16,520 plus 2,636. I actually don't plan on paying it, really, if I'm being honest. I do not plan on paying it. Basically, it is over for... Yeah, I was actually having this conversation with my mom the other day, and I was just telling her that I'm not gonna pay it. I've made up my mind, really. I've made up my mind. I'm just not gonna pay it, and the reason is because I'm not going to go back to the institution. I've just changed my mind about what it is that I want in terms of investing in myself. I will decide, maybe I'll decide differently once I'm more financially stable, but for now, I'm actually just not gonna pay that 55,790 anymore. So 11,930 minus our answer gives us a negative net worth of 7,226. All right. So yeah, from here on, let me put this in the frame. From here on, the most important thing is going to be this. Wow, counterproductive. Negative 7,226. This is going to be the most important thing, is at least getting to a net worth of 0 and then building from there, right? And I think I will get to a net worth of 0 in no time, really. 9,000, we can do that. And yeah, so basically that is it for this video. So that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. We are going to be taking back 750 to the bank, which is 600 rand that we took from our Easter funds, and then 150 that we took from our transport funds. That's 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 50. And that is basically it for this video. I mean, it didn't go the way I would have hoped that it would have gone. I really wanted to end up just having less debt than I had 6 months ago when I did this with you guys, but unfortunately that's just not my reality. I'm in more debt, and it's manageable, especially the clothing account. The credit card is the one that I kind of kick myself for every now and then because it is so expensive to have a credit card. That 250 every month that I just servicing the credit card is, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But hopefully June when we speak, the situation will be different, and yeah, we'll have a better debt update then. I have been dreading this, but I'm glad that we finally got it out of the way. So if you enjoyed today's video, just comment down below and all of that, right? And I'm hoping that, you guys are not discouraged when you look at my progress. It does get better, and it can get better. I just have a lot of my own little demons that I'm fighting, and that's just that, really. I know I've said this before and it hasn't been true for myself, but I'm gonna keep saying until it becomes a reality. Remember to stay under budget. Bye guys.
Best friend, me, myself, and I, it's all I got in